Shalom. Giving all glory, praise, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Makakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, which will well. Peace and much love, honors and blessings, salutations to the elect of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, which will the conduct, composure, and integrity, standing and believing firmly upon the names of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, and the only begotten Son, the Lord and Savior of the children of Israel. His name is Yahweh Shai. Yahweh and Yahweh Shai are the names. All right, and we will confess and magnify those names to the very end of the destruction of Babylon. All right, so call hello, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. But without further ado, another lesson, part two, or series number two. Now that's hatred. And basically what I'm going to use today, well, the precept I want to start with is Psalms 50 and verse 20. It says, "Thou sittest and speakest against thy brother, thou slanderest thine own mother's son." All right, talking about the wicked. Now, in this sense, Esau demonizing and slandering the children of Jacob, of the children of Israel, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians. And if you haven't noticed, if you're just plain stupid, anywhere an Israelite, which is a so-called Negro or Latino or Native American Indian, goes here in society, especially here in America, we're looked at as the scum, thugs, criminals, bums, the party killers, the people that you don't want around, and part of it is, our people are off. 2/3 of our people are, grimy and unclean, with their behavior. But you have the so-called white man to thank for that as well, because everything he pushes in this time is to allow Jake to indulge and, be decadent, basically, indulge in immoral acts. So Esau is always, going to be to blame as well, because he's the wicked, and he's a ruler right now. As the king is, so are the people. But when it comes to how Esau, how he pushes our people to look in society and in the world, he makes us look like criminals all the time. You go to a Walmart, you go to a restaurant, Jake is the first one that everybody looks at. Giving the looks, the snarl looks, the scoffing looks, the mockery, the berating looks. Even Esau has that one smile he'll do to Jake in public, Nevertheless, everywhere we go, man, we're demonized, and we're made to seem like we're the shit of the earth, And so that's part of Esau's demonizing of Israel. Watch out for them. Our dignity of who we used to be, man, has been stripped away in this time. At one point in time, the nations looked at us as a wise and understanding people, because we had the favor of the Lord behind us. But during slavery and up till now, that dignity and that, that dignity and image has been taken away. And so I got this article, I can't really exactly remember how I got it, but going online, there's basically petty things that Esau did to the so-called black man and so-called Latino. But you got to type on Google the so-called white man, But I found this on ABC News where it says, because they can get away with it. And who was the one that can get away with it? Esau. The so-called white man can get away with talking shit against Jake in public, can get away with making up false accusations against Jake. And so it said, why African Americans, which African Americans really talking about you so-called Negroes. And you're not African American. You're an Israelite. All right? You're a Judite. All right? Really, Yahweh. Okay? You're not black. You ain't African American. You ain't, I don't know what else you call yourselves. But you're not an African. But when it comes to classification in today's time, the byword that you're acknowledged or seen as is African American. All right? But it says because they can get away with it. Esau can get away with making up lies about us today because of how much shit Israel's done over the time. Yeah, we do get caught up in shit, man. Shit we shouldn't be doing, But Esau uses that to keep us in this degraded, low dignity state. All right? And so the scriptures back this up, man. There's a precept in Sirach 12 and 17 says that if adversity come upon thee, and this is talking about an enemy speaking sweetly with his lips. And the enemy, the ultimate enemy, is the so-called white man. He is Israel's enemy. Esau hates us. He's still envious and very jealous and very mad that we got the blessing. All right. So he feels it is his right to pester, harass, demonize, falsify, lie, and kill us. You know? So it says, if adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first. And though he pretend to help thee, yet shall he undermine thee. Now, when you go into that word undermine, it means to erode the base or foundation of, or lessen the effectiveness, power, or ability of someone gradually or insidiously. But the main one I want to get, to undermine someone, which when Esau, that's all Esau does, he undermines the children of Israel. It means to make someone less confident, less powerful, or less likely to succeed, or to make something weaker, often gradually. And that's what this devil does, man. Everywhere, you know, every chance he gets, you know, he'll use an opportunity to make our people look, you know, like idiots, like the dirty people, you know. Really, it's, you know, the things have been turned upside down, man. You know, the heathen are really the dirty people. The so-called white man's really the dirty and unclean people. But you got us in this time, because of the accuser of our brethren, Esau made this paradigm to where, you know, everything's a trap and everything we do makes us unclean. And so he'll go to the Father and look, they're being unclean and naughty and the dirty people. But really, the heathen and the so-called white man are the dirty and unclean people. All right? But because he undermines us in every chance he gets and projects that vibration around the earth, you know, we're seen as less. All right? We're seen as weaker. We're seen as nothing. Okay? And that's because Esau, is a devil. So going back to this, because they can get away with it, it says why African Americans are blamed for crimes they didn't commit. It says African Americans, which are Israelites, make up 49% of wrongful convictions since 1989. All right, so, which it's really more, but it goes into these stories. It goes into one story about how a mother, she ended up actually killing her own children. She ended up driving the car off into a river or something, drowning the kids. But when she called to make the claim, she said that 2 black men kidnapped her kids and killed them. But I think they even had an actual suspect. Yeah, she said that 2 black men abducted her kids at a carjacking. Found out it was false. Let me see. Yeah. But you had another one. You know, that bitch that was in the park a few years back. You know, she made a call to the police. She's choking her dog and shit. But she calls the police saying that a black man is threatening her life. She starts crying and shit. Hey, man, you a bitch, bro. Esau is really a bitch. He's a wuss. You got to play the victim because you're really a bitch, man. You're weak. You know, and that's why Esau has done what he's done. There's a quote about the devil, man. The devil doesn't attack you because you're weak. He attacks you because you're strong. Now that applies to us in this truth. But in a grand scheme of things as well, that's why Esau does what he does to Israel. Because if Israel was in their right mind, we would be on top. All right? We wouldn't be going through this mess. We wouldn't be having this devil talking shit about us and getting away saying this shit. But in order to keep us away from knowing our true dignity and image and who we really are as a people, knowing the real power that we actually got behind us and have, this devil constantly is bombarding and thwarting us with all this negative shit, making us seem like we're gangsters and thugs and rappers, like the movie Get Rich or Die Trying. When 50 Cent, when he got shot in the movie, and he's laying on the bed, and the doctors are talking, and they're like, oh, the girlfriend didn't want him to have the something, and they're like, because he's a singer, and the guy goes, rapper, like you an asshole. Not every black man's a rapper, man. Just because they want to sing. But that stigma, the stereotypes behind Jake everywhere we go, the false vibration of what, because really we ain't those things, man. We're sons of power. We're the children of power, man. Okay? But because of these wrongful claims and accusations, the harassment, the constant surveillance of Jacob around everywhere they go. And then, like when I go places sometimes when I'm up with the brothers in Milwaukee, like you can feel the eyes on you. You can feel Esau looking at you. I don't give a fuck. It doesn't bother me. It makes me have a better time. Cause I'm like, yeah, motherfucker, I'm in the same spot as you. I can afford it. But you get that vibration everywhere you go. I talk about, and you know what? I don't want to rant too much. This is a series. Now that's hatred. It's all right. So, it says Brown Marshall maintained that white people jumped to blaming African Americans, specifically African American men, for crimes in some cases because they don't want to believe they themselves are the boogeyman. Now, there's a status poll you can find somewhere on the internet. Not sure where to go anymore, but you can look up the real crime percentage committed from Jake versus the so-called white man, and you'll find out that the white man, it's like 75%. It's like 75% of Esau is really committing the crimes. There was one a couple years ago. I actually did a lesson. I need to get more validation of these things, but there was a son murdered his mother. It was on a holiday, and it was in a nice neighborhood, really nice neighborhood. It was a cracker neighborhood. They took the white family out of that house when they did the news and report, and they stuck a black family in there because it was really a white family. It was a white boy that killed his white mother. Esau is behind majority of these nasty ass crimes, the pedophilia, the raping cases, the incest, the bestiality stuff. That's all Esau, man. The robberies, okay. I think it's only like 22. It's between 22 and I'll just give a wild number of 40%, but I know it's around like 22% of the crimes that are committed. That the majority of the heavy crimes is committed by Esau. But again, African Americans are blamed for crimes and cases because they don't want to have Esau, reveal that he's really the piece of shit. He's the naughty people. He's the guy that you don't want around at restaurants, man. All right, it says they do it because in their minds they are the victims no matter what they have done to every group of color. They still see themselves as victims, said Brown Marshall. It said that brother, Chris Cooper, could have been killed based on that white women lies. White women lie. How many black people generally, and black men in particular, have been murdered on the lie of a white woman? Ooh. It's talking about the infamous case from 1955 with Emmett Till. All right. Let's see. Yeah, man, the accuser maintains. Okay, all right. So it says four African American men were falsely accused of raping a 17-year-old white woman in Florida, labeled the Groveland Four. 3 were arrested and several beaten as the 4th escaped. The 4th man was later found by a mob, which shot him to death. It says the accuser maintained she was telling the truth, but the men were pardoned in 2019 because it was found out to be a lie. Falsely reporting African Americans for crimes has happened on a number of other occasions and is not exclusive to white women. So, I mean, let me get a couple of precepts. This is hatred, man. Because Esau hates the so-called black man, the so-called Latino, the so-called Native American man so much, they'll continually lie about him. Continually lie about what we're really doing. Man, all the fuck we want is peace, man. We want to be left the fuck alone, But you come around being causing disruption, and then you point the finger, now it's him. And because we're looked at in a negative way all the time, people will likely believe you. That's hatred, man. It says, Sirach 12:16, it says, for an enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips. An enemy will always hate you. It says, but in his heart he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit. And Esau's created a whole countrywide pit, all right, a system, because he wants to trap up Jake. All right, he wants to criminalize Jake. He wants to beat Jake. He wants to kill Jake. That's hatred. It says he will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood, because he's an enemy. He's waiting to pounce on you at the right moment. If adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there, and though he pretend to help thee, yet shall he undermine thee. He'll project your image to be something less than what it really is. That's a nigger. That's a spick. But then you because you brainwashed the fuck out of the whole planet, they can't look at you and be like, no, that's a son of the power. That's an Israelite. You brainwashed him. You made him look like that. Esau's going to pay, man. So, you know, this is series number 2, part 2. Now, that's hatred. That's the name of the lesson. So, Lord willing, this is edifying real quick, you know, to the point. All glory, praise, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, which rule well. Peace, much love, honors, and blessings to the elect of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai. Hey, stand fast, stand firm, stand faithfully. To the next one, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Brakatham. Kwame Shalom, Shalom. Shalom.